Alrighty, once again, it's art time. Art time with Insane Pain here. So, we are going to go right into this next part of this assignment. I know we've talked a little bit about creating our imagery in class. We had just a blank sheet of paper like this, and I drew a bunch of imagery on it, and I just did one sheet. And then I made copies at the copy machine just because I wanted to kind of speed things up a little bit. But we're going to need a few things: our drawings, a pair of scissors, some glue, and some markers. Now, they don't have to be fancy markers. They can just be any kind of markers you got going. That would be totally fine, all right? So we're going to start by taking just one or two of these images, put the other ones to the side for a bit, and I'll just pop this thing open here. You know, I'm always partial to red and black and white, but I think these will be a lot of fun. These are my Tombows. I really like those, the brush pens. I'm going to look around on here and see what I want to do as far as just knocking a few of these shapes and just popping in a little bit of color to help out, just a tiny little bit. So as I'm working on this, just to fill them in, probably in your classroom or in your workspace, you might have maybe some Crayolas. You might have a whole bunch of different types of markers. I'm just going to use what I've got available right now and just touch up a few of these images. As remember, we're going to be building this sculpture from all of the illustrations and kind of graphic imagery that we started with, okay? So I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'm going to grab, I like violet. Violet's a nice, happy color to use. So I'm going to drop in, let's find another place to put violet. Oh, here we go. How about this right here? We will go ahead and drop that in there. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and probably just stop just for a minute, because I do like a lot of the different colors that you could drop in, but I kind of wanted to move to the next stage. So I'm going to drop one more color in here. The next stage of this, what we're going to do is we are going to actually go in and cut slivers or like little pieces out of these wonderful drawings that we did. Now, I would recommend that you do all of your colors first, but for some, you might want to just go ahead and just do one or two and then make a few of the tubes, and that way you can get kind of a feel for it, okay? And here we go. I'm kind of done with that, and let's get ready to do a little cutting. Boom. All right. You know, I always like to put my tools away before I move to the next stage. Next step right there. Boom. Closing it up. Out of the way. All right. So I've got my glue. All I'm using is just a real simple white glue. This is School Smart, but you can use Elmer's or whatever you got. So what you want to think about is how big you want your tubes. So if you want a really, really big tube, you might have to cut a bigger sheet, a bigger part out of it. If you just want several small tubes, which that's what I'm going to start with, you might just want to cut a few small slivers. Now, scissors are great to have. Paper cutters also, X-Acto knives, but right now I'm just going to do some wonderful little slivers with my scissors. I'm going to do, how about one big one, one kind of small one? You never know. We might do something fun. Now, trying to get this to curl around is going to be a little difficult. You're going to be struggling with that, okay? So here's what I recommend. Take a pencil. Just roll it around the pencil just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you're rolling and you say, hey, I don't like that, I'm going to lose some of my green, guess what? Roll it the other way. Roll it the way you want to see it. Doesn't have to be perfect, because if you get that kind of started curling, look what's going to happen. It's going to want to hold that shape. Now remember, just a little bit of glue, a little bit of glue. We're not crazy, we're not insane. We're insane where I guess we're crazy artists, but we're not like completely crazy. So we're going to just drop in a little bit of glue right there. Uh-oh, I think my glue is dried out. Uh-oh, it might have. It's kind of old glue, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and check it. We're good. And if we need to, I might need to do a little bit of modification on this to get my glue laying down. And we're going to go ahead and move and wrap this thing up like so. and I'm going to have to hold it. However wide I want to hold it. Now, it's actually wider than my pencil because my pencil rolls around in there really easy. But that's okay. I kind of like the way this shape is working. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut several of these things out and quickly just jump right into the base construction. All right? Okay. So in a second, I'll do the quick snap and boom, you'll have the whole thing done. All right? Ready? Oops. Ready, set, and whoa, there we go. It looks like I got a whole bunch of these things finished right now. So a lot of these are just tubes of different sizes that I've made. Try not to get them to stick together like this one did. But if that happens, you can just build your construction around it, okay? So I try to separate them once I get them to try and dry out. If they get a little mashed down, that's okay. It's just a tube. You can kind of re-round that thing out, kind of make it into a cylinder again, okay? So at this point, we're kind of done with all the base building, and the next part will actually be the construction onto the cardboard base, all right? So until then, hey, keep working and let's get creative.